Hello my treasures, because Titans has released, it's time to soar high with Freebird Aman'thul Priest. The idea behind this deck is we're going to run a very minimal number of minions, so we can always guarantee either Aman'thul or Freebird off of Creation Protocol, thus allowing us to either overwhelm our opponents with a bunch of charge minions, or allow us to control the board with a bunch of Amanthuls. Now, for a day one deck, I was quite shocked of how well this deck actually performed. So let's get into the Mulligan guide of the deck. The first card you're going to be looking to keep is Creation Protocol. This card is great to forge on turn 2, play on turn 3, and then go directly into a free bird, thus allowing you to scale up quickly. However, if you know you're in a slower matchup, then Amanthul is also a really good choice. Outside of this, you're going to be looking for early game removal tools such as Light It Burns. And finally, a location is really good to keep if you have a Disposed Soul. Now, with that all being said, let's look at some games. Alright, time for a game against Warlock. Let's see what they have in store for us. I know the Loken deck actually isn't that much of a meme, which is actually kind of a shock, but I am kind of happy that Warlock got a few new good cards, even if it did look like it was all over the board. This opener doesn't look like the worst in the world. Getting Love Everlasting is always nice, especially if this happens to be Imp Warlock, which I know is still floating around. Alright, let's just pass it back. And they're just going to probably pass it back to us after hero powering. I don't want to coin out Love Everlasting, so let's do it. Life tap once again. I'm assuming they're going to be some type of slower Warlock deck. I guess Osmond is probably the best bet here. Shapeless could be funny with Freebird, but I don't think we really need it. And we're just going to hero power because I think I have a quest for hero powering, so we might as well. Right, Void Collar, that doesn't really give us too much information. Creation Protocol for free, don't mind if I do. We can either go for Freebird or ETC. Freebird lets us get our win condition online quicker. I think I will go for it instead, though ETC could have been better because we could have got a Whirlpool. That's also another thing worth mentioning. We could, in theory, cut ETC out of the deck to run Whirlpool within the deck itself, but the card's going to end up being dead whenever you have a Freebird on board, which is why I didn't want to include it in the main deck, but it did come up enough where having it in an ETC pool wasn't actually a bad idea. But it does add one additional minion to the Creation Protocol, thus making it more likely for you to miss hitting either Freebird or Amanthul. And we're just going to keep this Love Everlasting alive for additional turn. Ooh. Out of all the minions for them to get out of the deck. Okay, so we can silence everything. Also, because there's so many magnetizing cards, Shard of the Naru actually comes up a lot more than you'd expect it would. And Astalor came up too, because you can, in theory, get a lot of additional copies of Astalor if you really need to go down that path instead. The deck's actually extremely flexible of how you win the game. Slime. A good old Amanthul top deck would be nice right about now. Am I right? Huh? 2 6/6s that we have to deal with. I mean, that isn't Amanthul. Well, we're gonna go face. We're gonna lose. Oh wait, no, this is the only ETC we have because we drew into it. Never mind. Would have liked to be able to prefer or reserve that for a little bit longer, but and maybe get additional ETC out of something. But I think that was the only way we were coming back from that. Freebird. We can get the free Bolt Urds rolling, but I think we're going to restore some HP first. Yeah, then let's slam this down. Just go face. Power Chord actually isn't the worst card to draw here because we have all the Freebirds to buff up. And on turn 10, if we still have one of the Freebirds... Oh, Jiraxis, man, I have not seen that card in forever. Oh, man. I'm curious if the next set or the set afterwards is going to bring back. We don't have enough mana to do exactly what I want to do. Don't really have an easy way to buff up the Freebirds and the additional stats on each individual one. There might have been a way to do it now that I'm thinking about it, but I don't think there was. Just going to keep on doing some face damage. It's nice to have everlasting charge minions. also cool, something that you'll see probably, I don't know in this game, but in maybe one of the other games. Aman'thul plus Freebird, if you can get them both to stick on the board, is actually incredibly strong because it just lets you gain free advantage and get additional Freebird whenever you really need it. Soul, we no longer have a location for that, which kind of sucks, but just get rid of that. Hopefully they don't have anything else. Really? Okay, what do we need? Actually, we don't really need anything to stick on the board as long as they don't have a big taunt. Because what we can do is Freebird into Constellar, into the second Freebird, which should be a 7/7 and an 8/8. Actually, it'll be even bigger than that because it should start as a 3/4. Shallow Grave. Oh, I did say we don't want to see big taunts, and Thaddeus is a pretty big taunt. Light It Burns deals with one instantly, though, without taking any mana either. Alright, we slam down the Freebird. It goes up to a 8/9. Grab ourselves another Freebird. We're free falling from this position. And it's just going to be a free win. Okay, time for a game against Mage. Alright, let's get rid of everything here. Keeping the Harmonic Pop could be fine, but on the same time, against Mage, I don't think it's going to come up too much. Getting the 2 Creation Protocols is great, though. Okay, there's Vast Wisdom. Let's get this going. This might be a matchup where we go after Aman'thul instead of a Freebird, because we already do have a Freebird in hand. Let's slam down the location for now. Then we can slam down the Freebird next turn. Rewind. Let's see what we can grab. I really do want to go off Aman'thul because we can slam down Aman'thul next turn. I still don't know what they're playing. I just realized what their name is too. There's Infantize. I mean, we didn't really have another option there. Might as well grab a power cord. Vast Wisdom. I'm assuming they're playing some type of Naga at this point. I kind of want to coin out Amanthul. I know this is going to look really, really bad because if that is objection, we're just going to lose Amanthul. But we have 3 others in hand. Technically, we have 4 because we do have the power cord. There's Flame Kaiser. Speaking of having 4 Amanthuls, I guess we now have 5 Amanthuls. I kind of want to go for Vision of Heroes. Let's see what we can grab. Oh, Mukla. Mukla is just going to be so much fun. Oh, no. And then they're just going to be able to destroy both. Oh, I did not realize you could target non-friendly minions there. Huh, that's nice to know, I guess, for future reference. Not good for us. I mean, okay. I shouldn't say not good for us. We have a way to deal with it. ETC, I actually would have loved. Alright, well, let's remove these 2 from history. Goodbye, Amanthul #1, and goodbye, Mukla. We hardly knew ye. Pendragosa isn't bad. I don't want to burn a card, so we're just going to use this. So they're... Gotta love seeing that big Naga turn push. We can deal with it next turn, though, I think. And of course they are able to get rid of a good old Aman'thul number 3. Because why wouldn't they be able to? Alright, how do we want to do this? We don't have enough mana for exactly what I want to do. I think we just slam down another Aman'thul, to be honest, and then gain an additional copy of Aman'thul. Because that's the same as Cindergosa, but at least this allows us to have maybe some additional board pressure next turn. Get rid of the Siren, and then get rid of the Vicious. Let's go after Remoria. Okay, 4 or 12 is actually something really hard for them to remove, unless they have Reverberations number 2 or 3. I don't remember at this point. It would be number 2, I guess. Never mind. They're just going to be able to clear Aman'thul number 4, but that's okay. We have Aman'thul number 5 and 6 in the hand. Oh, that would have been nice. Let's put down Disposed Soul. I see we have the mana glitch. Might as well grab another Disposed Soul because we don't have that many cards left in the deck, so we should have a good number of Freebirds. There's Siren number 2. Good news is Aman'thul just contests with it. Guaranteed. As long as they can't do 26 damage in a single turn, we're still fine. And I think next, okay, Solid Alibi, I'm fine with that. Gain 2 mana back, which I don't really like, but it is what it is. I think casting Reverb on the 2 Sirens is a huge mistake. I get it, they want more mana cheat, but you're going to run out of room, and we're playing a Control Priest? Or like a variation of Control Priest? And then we can slam down Remoria. The biggest minion there. Hit the smallest. I don't really care if Remoria lives, is the problem here. Like, if she lives, she lives. And then we just do that, and then we get the 7 weapon. There's Vicious Slithers here. Okay. What's Aman'thul number 5? I think it is. It's kind of getting ridiculous at this point at how many we've summoned. It doesn't really matter what we grab here. Let's grab the 8 costs. Getting a nice old taunt isn't bad though. Get rid of a 4/3. Lam down in our location. I am definitely a fan of this deck. They just keep having the life sentences. Why? Alright, let's use that. Aman'thul number 6. Will he stick? The world will never know, I guess. I kind of want to go for the 6 costs again. Out of all the things, the Colossus minion. Just keep on going face. I can't believe we summoned 6 Aman'thuls this game. And I guess they couldn't keep up. Okay, temporary game against Paladin. I'm curious what they have in store for us. Let's get rid of Aman'thul and Freebird. Ironically, we want to keep them in the deck. I know, kind of weird if they're the main win condition of the deck, right? Yeah. Mulligan him away, and he just comes back to the hand. Okay, Harmonic Pop isn't bad. Let's see if we can grab... Let's grab the second Harmonic Pop. I don't know if I saw that I had the first one in the hand. And if I didn't, whoops, it is what it is. Perfect. Though, I do not like leaving all these minions up for any period of time, because we're going to have to wait until turn 5 to use the Harmonic Pop. The nice thing is they both should be 6 damage, which is great for us. I think we put down ETC. Maybe they'll attack into ETC. I don't want to grab Whirlpool, but at the same time, Ignis might have been a good idea too. Ignis is something that, because Creation Protocol is our only Forge card in the entire deck, doesn't really matter that much, which is why I thought about even cutting out ETC and just putting in Whirlpool. And then we could also like cut out Dispose Souls. And then you're basically down to Aman'thul, Celestial, Projector, and Freebird. That might be a little bit more consistent, but this is a little bit more fun. Because I've already actually cut down the minion count by quite a bit. And then we could also maybe cut out... Well, actually, I guess at that point you wouldn't really need to cut out anything else. I just don't like the idea of having Whirlpool in a deck where your main win condition is a single minion. So if you Whirlpool your single minion that you really want to keep, you just end up screwing yourself over. Let's buff up this a little bit more and just go face. Come on, overextend. Overextend with the zero cost legendaries, please. We can use Amanthul next turn. We can also use Whirlpool. Actually, no, we can't use Whirlpool because we have the stupid Freebird on the board. Oh, Glug. Glug, glug, glug. Yeah. Okay, we have... Oh, and Rodin. Rodin's actually really funny. It's funny to get him off of Amanthul, because sometimes you'll get him off of Amanthul, but it'll be a copy of Amanthul, so you end up summoning additional copies of Amanthul off of Rodin's death, which is always cool. It's nice the two cards play pretty well with each other. Alright, let's slam down Amanthul, get rid of Rodin, because that doesn't trigger the death rattle, which is always great. Get rid of Glug. And then we only have to deal with the 6/6s. Oh, let's go! If I had to choose any legendary to get there, that is the one to get. He's just really a big Freebird with Wind Fury. Cannibalize. Wait, did they change how Vision of Darkness works? So if you have no shadow spells, it actually gives you cards now? Alright. Fair, I guess. Or maybe I was playing a class that only had like one shadow spell, so it would have always given me that. Let's just go Freebird face. There is one Amalgam Ban. There's Identity Theft. Do we have a way to get rid of Freebird is the question. Because I would prefer to get rid of Freebird so we don't have to Whirlpool. Ooh, I'll take a Shard of the Naru. Shard of the Naru works really, really well here. And then we can Freebird once again. Grab another Freebird just because we can. Get rid of two of the minions. Probably should have killed the recruit instead of the 1/1. Because if they were running any recruit synergy, we might be just screwed. We need to get rid of their board. How do we get rid of their board? Now, we have a few options. We could Whirlpool, but I think using Pop here is better, because then we can slam down a Freebird, get in for some extra face damage, up to a 7/6 already. That just feels so nice. Well, they're just gonna drown our hopes and dreams there a little bit. The sad thing for them, though, is we got another Freebird to free fly into their hearts. Let's slam this one down, up to a 7/7. Just go face. And we basically got it. Probably next turn, unless they have a huge taunt. That is not a huge taunt, and because they shuffled in our Freebird, it is offline. Well, let's go. That'll probably go into the 3/2. Just, there. Let's see if we can get anything fun. Oh, we're just gonna unleash this holy bird on their face. Okay, now that we're through the games, let's discuss my final thoughts of the deck. So, like I said before, this deck actually shocked me. I ended up with a 50% win rate across 40 games, and is actually what I used to climb back up to Diamond for this month, even if it might be a little bit different than my initial theory craft. We cut down some of the unnecessary minions to get a more consistent creation protocol within the list, and this allowed us to showcase Aman'thul as an even stronger card. There is only one card in the list that I would maybe want to cut out, which is Grace of the Highfather for maybe something like Serenity or Cleanse the Scene, but Grace can actually come up and can allow you to survive an additional turn where you might not normally be able to win the game. Overall, while this is a day 1 deck and be worn by crafting any day 1 deck, this deck doesn't really use too many new cards. However, it does showcase the Priest Titan probably in the best home possible, which means it's an easy recommendation if you want to craft something on day 1. And like always, if you enjoyed the video, please like, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, bye bye.